Brandon back for more SexxxPerTeaze, and today's question is it ever okay to go through your man's phone if you're suspicious that he may have a side hoe, or is that crossing the line? Of course, it's never okay to go through a man's phone. Trust is the foundation of a relationship. You should never violate trust, or else if you have trust, you have nothing. You do need to be able to communicate with your partner and talk about issues effectively, openly, and honestly, no matter what it is. If you're suspicious that he's cheating, then confront him about it. Talk to him about it. Be open. Be honest. Hear his side of the story. Talk about your paranoia, your insecurity. See what he has to say. Hopefully he's reassuring you, and maybe he'll even show you his phone just to prove to you that nothing's happening, and that is the right way to handle if you are suspicious of your partner in a relationship. But if you think something's wrong, investigate it. You never know what the hell these people are doing behind your back. So if you have a suspicion that maybe he is doing shady shit that makes it seem like he does have a side hoe, go through his phone if you can find a way into it. I mean, I know I went through mine ex's phone when he was sleeping, though. I do kind of regret it because it did cause a huge fight, and then he felt like he didn't trust me and blah blah blah. But honestly, after I went through it, I felt so much better because I didn't really find anything. So that reassured me that my paranoia was unfounded, and I felt so much better about the situation that I went through it behind his back, violating his trust, knowing that it made me feel better to know that he didn't do anything wrong so that I could trust him. I mean, he couldn't trust me because I did go through it behind his back, and that caused a huge fight and issues and trust issues. So honestly, I would recommend, it's not really the best solution to go through his phone, since I feel like you are gonna get caught. Like, whatever's done in a relationship, it's gonna come out eventually. Even though you don't want to be deceived, you don't want to be cheated on, you don't want to, like, end up with an STD because this nigga's out cheating on you. But you just need to make sure that you do have trust, honesty, communication, transparency, and whatnot. Because I feel like if it seems like they are obviously blatantly hiding something from you, they are. Like, I did that in my last relationship, and I figured out, like, what he was hiding something. I felt like I could tell he was hiding something, and like peek over his shoulder and see he's like a whole secret social media account that I didn't know about. So it's like, if you have suspicions and you do know like clearly something's wrong, like this person's not being honest with you, you just have to confront them about it. And if they still refuse to tell the truth, if they still refuse to tell you the truth, you need to just break up with them, because honestly, if you can't trust them or they're not going to be honest with you from the jump, like, it's not worth it. I had that issue, and I like try to be patient. I try to be understanding. I try to be like, okay, I'll tell you when he's ready, but it's like, fuck that bullshit. I'm not doing that shit again. Like, if I find out something, tell me right fucking now. And if you can't tell me now, we're done. Like, I need honesty. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep coming back over and over and over, and then you can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. So it's like, they aren't sharing something to you because maybe they don't trust you, but it's like, okay, if you don't trust me with the truth, but it's like, I don't trust you because you're clearly not telling me the truth that you're hiding from me. So it just creates a double way of like, both of you don't trust each other, and that really just creates the dissolution of a relationship, which is going to collapse because you clearly don't have communication, transparency, honesty, whatnot in your relationship, and those are the most important foundational things you can have with someone, because you can't build a future or spend your life with someone that you don't trust and that isn't being honest with you and that is blatantly hiding stuff from you, when it's just going to cause fighting, drama, suspicion, and having to go behind each other's back. So in terms of going through your man's phone, yes, I've done it before myself, and I did feel like I didn't regret it because it did make me feel more relieved, like I could trust him, but because it did cause more problems where like he couldn't trust me, it just felt like, no, it's not worth it. But the evidence is going to build up. You will start seeing signs. Like, a person can't have a whole like side relationship and you're just completely oblivious to it. Like, he's gonna have to slip up. Like, say he's working, he's not working. Say he's at someone else's house, you know that he ain't there. Like, if he's blatantly lying and you're blatantly catching him in these lies, you just need to let it go. Especially after you confront him about it and he continues to lie to you and not tell you the truth, and you know for a fact that he's lying. Like, let it go. We all do play dumb and like blissful ignorance and just like, whatever, I don't want to know, I just want to live my fantasy, my perfect relationship, even though I know I'm being lied to and deceived. But really, it's not good in the long run, and that if you have to go through your man's phone behind his back, it's honestly a sign this relationship is not going to work out because there's no trust. So yes, it is always wrong to go through your man's phone behind your back. Don't do it, is my advice. Even though if you have the opportunity to do it, his phone's left open, he's asleep, I wouldn't be mad if you do it and you do find some shit, or you don't find some shit, because honestly, you want to hope that you don't find anything because it makes you feel like you can trust them even though it's wrong. So it is a tricky situation, but I would say just confront them about your suspicions and insecurities and what is worrying you about the distrust in the relationship as opposed to going behind their back. So yeah, that's my recommendation in today's episode of SexxxPerTease. Thanks for joining me.